Hello and welcome back. Welcome to another half-hour segment. Now I'm with Blanca. I think you know Blanca from previous shows. And we're going to work on a translation list and the more. The more you study, the more you learn. The more you smoke, the more you cough. Yeah, the more you drink, the drunker you get if you drink alcohol. Okay? The more you speak English, the better normally you speak. The more you hear English, the more you understand. The taller you are, the easier it is to play basketball sometimes. All right? The thinner you are, all right, the faster you can run maybe. You never know. Okay, Blanca, are you ready? Is it true? How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are you glad to be here?
Yes, I am.
All right. Is it true or not true that the more you work, the more you earn?
Yes, it's true.
Ask me if I think it's true.
Do you think it's true
That the more?
that the more you work, the more you earn?
Not necessarily. There's not a strong correlation. Working hard often translates into earning more. Working hard often translates into earning more, but not always. Thinking hard sometimes is better. All right? But it is true to a certain extent. How do you say in English hasta cierto punto?
To a certain extent.
Yes, to a certain extent, to a certain degree, pero se dice mucho más extent. The more you work, the more you earn. But the correlation is not 100%. It's far from 100%. The correlation maybe is 60 or 70%. Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
All right. Is it true or not true that the faster you drive, the sooner you arrive?
It's not true.
Well, ask me if I think it's true.
Do you think it's true
That
that the faster you drive, the sooner you get the destination?
get to the destination.
Get to the destination.
Yes, I think it's true.
But if you had an accident,
If you have,
an accident,
then you arrive later, or you never arrive. But those accidents don't happen very often. In general, it's true that the faster you drive, the sooner you arrive. If you don't have an accident, or if you don't get stopped by the police. If you don't get stopped. Si la policía no te para, o la Guardia Civil no te para. Pero en inglés solemos decir, si no te para. No? If you don't get stopped, usamos la voz activa. If you don't get stopped, all right? Yes, if you don't get stopped, then probably you arrive sooner. So there's a strong correlation that the faster you drive, the sooner you arrive. But is it true that the faster you drive, the greater risk you run of having an accident? Is that true?
Yes.
Or not true?
Yes, it's true.
It's true what?
It's true that the faster you drive, the more
The greater the
greater possibility of risk.
Or the greater risk you run.
The great risk.
Greater.
The greater
risk
you run
of having
accident.
an accident.
Of having an accident.
Ask me if I have ever had a car accident.
Have you ever had a car accident?
Yes, I have. Ask me if it was serious.
Was it serious?
Serious.
Serious.
No, it wasn't. Ask me how long ago it happened.
How long ago was it happen? No, how long ago did it happen?
Okay. How long ago did it happen? It happened in 1978. Yes, it happened in 1978. So, it happened almost 30 years ago. All right, a long, long time ago. Now, is it true or not true that the less you smoke, the better you feel?
Yes, it's true. The less you smoke, the better you feel.
So, the more you smoke, the worse you feel? Is that true?
Yes, I think the more you smoke, the worse you feel.
And is it true that the more you drink, the drunker you get?
Yes, it's true. The more you drink, if you drink alcohol, the drunker you get.
Yes. Ask me if I drink a lot.
Do you drink a lot?
No, I don't. Ask me if I get drunk very often.
Do you get drunk very often?
No, I don't. Ask me if I have ever gotten drunk.
Have you ever gotten drunk?
Yes, I have. Ask me how many times.
How many times have you get drunk?
Gotten.
How many times have you gotten drunk?
She's asking me a lot of personal questions, huh? I've gotten drunk maybe 5 times in my life. Drunk. Okay. Ask me how old I was when I got drunk the first time.
How old were you when you got drunk for the first time?
Well, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I was 17. Asked me if it was legal to drink when I got drunk.
Was it legal to drink when you got drunk?
No, it wasn't. All right. Asked me if I was afraid that the police would catch me.
Were you afraid that the police
Would
catch you?
No, I wasn't. Okay. Asked me what I drank.
What did you drink?
I drank too many screwdrivers. Have you ever drunk a screwdriver?
No, I haven't.
Do you know what a screwdriver is made of?
Whiskey?
No.
No? Cuba Libre?
No. Ask me what a screwdriver is made of.
What is the
A screwdriver.
What is a screwdriver made of?
Yeah, what's a screwdriver made of? Ask me what this pen is made of.
What's this pen made of? What's pen made of?
Good, repeat.
What?
No.
What's that pen made of?
This pen is made of a steel alloy. Aleación de acero. This pen is made of a steel alloy. Ask you what this cup is made of.
What's that cup made of?
This cup is made of ceramic material, ceramics. Ask you what this book is made of.
What's that book made of?
It's made of paper, and on the spiral is made of aluminum, for example. Ask you what this shirt is made of.
What's that shirt made of?
It's made of cotton and synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers. Ask me what I'm made of.
What are you made of?
Carbon.
Carbon.
Carbon and other elements. Ask me how much my body is worth.
How much is your body worth?
El valor de mi cuerpo. My body and the market, I think the elements and chemical products of my body are worth about $29.
Only?
Yeah. Ask me what my soul is worth.
What's your soul worth?
Mi alma, el valor. That's different. It depends for you, for my enemies, for my wife, for my students, for the people. I don't know what my soul is worth. Ask me how much this ring is worth.
How much is this ring worth?
¿Por qué dices this? This, mira, ladies and gentlemen.
How much is that ring worth?
Yeah. Si lo tocas, dices this. That. This. That. Okay. And nada más salir, aunque sea por 3 centímetros de tu alcance, this se convierte en that. Okay. All right. A no ser que hables con alguien lejos, y ese alguien por referencia, this. Okay. Ask me how much this ring is worth.
How much is that ring worth?
Well, it depends. If we melt it, the gold is probably worth about 20 euros. Okay? So this ring is worth about 20 euros if you consider the value from the point of view of gold content. But this ring is worth a lot more for sentimental value. All right? It's worth a lot. Millions. Okay? So let's continue. Is it true or not true that the more you sleep, the better you feel?
Sometimes, not always. The more you sleep, the better you feel.
All right. Now translate these sentences. Cuanto más nieva, más frío hace.
The more snow,
The more?
The more it snows,
Eso.
the more it snows, the colder you get.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
I don't think so. Not always. Not always. Okay. Cuanto más inteligente eres, más ganas.
The more intelligent you are, the more you earn.
Is that true?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Usually.
All right. Is it true or not true that the more money you make, the richer you become?
Yes, the more money you get, the richer you become.
Yes, or the more money you make, the richer you become. Okay, are you ready? Translation list.
Yes, I am.
¿A dónde vas los sábados?
Where are you going on Saturday?
general, ¿a
Where
dónde?
do you go on Saturdays?
On Saturdays. Ask me where I go on Saturdays.
Where do you go on Saturdays?
I usually don't go anywhere on Saturdays. I take it easy. I go to a restaurant to have lunch. Ask me where I go on Sundays.
Where do you go on Sundays?
I usually go to a training course on Sundays, okay? Ask me where my sister goes on the weekends.
Where does your sister go on weekends?
I really don't know. ¿Sabe ella dónde estás?
Does she know where you are?
Okay, ask me if my wife knows where I am.
Does your wife know where you are.
Ah, yes, my wife knows where I am. All right, ask me if my wife always knows where I am.
Does your wife always know where you are?
Probably not. Not always, okay. ¿Se acuerda ella del incidente?
Does she remember the incident?
Yes, ask me if I remember when I met you.
Do you remember when you met me?
Exactly the moment. I remember meeting you, but I don't remember the details of the moment. Ask me if I remember when I first made contact with you by email.
Do you remember the first
Time
we made contact by email?
Yes, I do. All right. ¿Ella te quiere?
Does she love you?
Ask me if my wife loves me.
Does your wife love you?
I hope so. I hope so. ¿Cocina bien?
Does she cook well?
Ask me if my wife cooks well.
Does your wife cook well?
Yes, she does. Ask me if my sister cooks well.
Does your sister cook well?
Yes, she does. Ask me if my mother cooked well.
Did your mother cook well?
I think so. Ask me if my grandmother cooked well.
Did your grandmother cook well?
Of course she did, yeah. Grandmothers always cook well.
Yes.
And do you cook well?
Not always.
Does your husband cook well?
Yes, he does.
Does your husband like to cook?
Yes, he does.
Does your husband cook every day?
Not every day.
How often does he cook at home?
Only on weekends.
And do you cook during the week?
Not always.
Not always. Would you rather be a good cook or a good teacher?
I would rather be a good teacher.
All right. Okay, now. ¿Cocina ella bien?
Does she cook well?
¿Dónde vive?
Where does she live?
¿Por qué te llama tan tarde ella?
Why does she call you so late?
¿Por qué te habla en inglés?
Why does she speak to you in English?
¿Dónde pasa ella los fines de semana?
Where does she spend the weekends?
Good. ¿Sabe ella quién soy?
Does she know who I am?
Good. ¿Sabe ella dónde vivo?
Does she know where I live?
All right. ¿Cuántos años tiene ella?
How old is she?
How old is she? All right. How old is she? Okay. ¿Por qué me conoce ella?
Why does she know me?
¿Trabaja en la misma empresa que tú?
Does she work in the same company as you?
¿Conduce?
Does she drive?
¿Tiene mucho dinero?
Does she have a lot of money?
¿Por qué viene aquí tan a menudo?
Why does she come here so often?
¿Le gustas?
Does she like you?
Ahí está. ¿Te gusta ella?
Do you like her?
Good. ¿Con qué frecuencia la ves?
How often do you see her?
¿A dónde la llevas los fines de semana?
Where do you take her on weekends?
¿Le gusta a ella ir a la playa?
Does she like to go to the beach?
¿Te vas a casar con ella?
Are you going to marry her?
Perfect. ¿A dónde vas a llevarla este fin de semana?
Where are you going to take her this weekend?
All right. Ask me where my boss lives.
Where does your boss live?
He lives not too far from here. Ask me how old he is.
How old is he?
I think he's 56. Ask me if he's married.
Is he married?
Yes, he is. Ask me how long he's been married.
How long has he been married?
I think he's been married for about 30 years. Ask me if I know his wife.
Do you know his wife?
Yes, I do. Ask me if she is his first wife.
Is she his first wife?
Yes, she is. She's his first and only wife. Ask me if she's Spanish.
Is she Spanish?
Yes, she is. Ask me if my boss is Spanish.
Is your boss Spanish?
No, he's not. Ask me if he's English.
Is he English?
No, he's not. Ask me where he's from.
Where is he from?
From.
From.
He's from Canada. Ask me what part of Canada he's from.
What part of Canada is he from?
He's from Alberta. Ask me where Alberta is.
Where is Alberta?
It's in the west of Canada. Ask me if it's on the Pacific coast.
Is it on the Pacific coast?
No, it's not. Ask me if it has any coastline.
Does it have any coastline?
No, it doesn't. It's in the interior, but in the west. Ask me if the Rocky Mountains pass through Alberta.
Is the Rocky Mountains?
El verbo is to pass, no to be. Ask me if the Rocky Mountains pass through Alberta.
Does the Rocky...
Son montañas.
Yes. Do
the
Rocky Mountains pass through Alberta?
Alberta. Yes, but on the border. Okay. Ask me what province is after Alberta.
What province is after Alberta?
Alberta. Alberta and Alberta.
Alberta.
British Columbia. Ask me if I have ever been to British Columbia.
Have you ever been to British Columbia?
No, I haven't. Ask me if I've ever been to Alberta.
Have you ever been to Alberta?
No, I haven't. Ask me if I would like to go there.
Would you like to go there?
Of course. And ask me what Alberta is famous for.
What is Alberta famous for?
Well, for many things. Ask me what the most important industry is in Alberta.
What's the most important industry in Alberta?
The oil industry. Ask me if there's a lot of oil in Alberta.
Is there a lot of oil in Alberta?
Yes, there is. Ask me if I am referring to petroleum or to olive oil.
Are you referring to petrol oil?
Petrol. Escúchame. El petróleo solemos decir simplemente oil. Pero para precisar decimos petroleum. Petroleum, escrito. Petroleum. Now, there's a lot of oil in Alberta, a lot. It's a very important industry. Now, ask me if I am referring to petroleum or to olive oil, aceite de oliva. Are you
referring to petroleum oil or olive oil?
No se dice petroleum oil, se dice petroleum.
Petroleum.
I'm referring to petroleum. Okay? Ask me if there are any important cities in Alberta.
Are
there?
Are there any important cities in Alberta?
Yes, there are. Ask me how many important cities there are.
How many important cities are there?
Well, there are many, but basically 2. Ask me if I know the names of those 2 cities.
Do you know the names of those 2 cities?
Cities?
Two cities?
Yes, I do.
Tell me the names.
One is Edmonton. Edmonton, el pueblo del señor Edmund. And the other one is Calgary. Ask me which city is more important.
Which city is more important?
They're about the same. All right. Ask me what Edmonton is famous for.
What is Edmonton famous for?
It's famous for, well, because of the oil. It's a big oil city. But it's famous because the biggest shopping mall in the world.
Oh, yes.
Centro de compras más grande del mundo. Está ahí. Tipo interior. Okay. It's very cold. So everything is inside. And it's the biggest in the world. Okay. In Edmonton. Ask me what the population of Edmonton is.
What's the population in Edmonton?
What's the population of Edmonton?
What's the population of
Edmonton? Around 300,000 people. It's not so big to have the biggest shopping mall in the world. Okay, ask me what Calgary is famous for. Calgary is the other city. Ask me
what's
Calgary
famous for?
It's famous for the rodeo. The most famous rodeo in the world, the most popular rodeo. How do you say rodeo in Spanish?
I don't know. Is the same?
Yes. How do you say it in Spanish?
Rodeo.
No.
No.
Ask me how to say rodeo in Spanish.
How do you say rodeo in Spanish?
Rodeo.
Rodeo. What's
Yes,
a rodeo?
It's an event with cows, horses, calves, cowboys, okay? And the most famous rodeo in the world is in Calgary, in Canada.
Okay.
Okay? Ask me if I would like to go to that rodeo.
Would you like to go to that rodeo?
No, I wouldn't. Ask me why.
Why wouldn't you like to go to that rodeo?
I'm not crazy about rodeos. I'm not a rodeo fan. Ask me if my family likes rodeos.
Does your family like rodeo?
Rodeos?
Rodeos?
My immediate family, no. But my great uncle was the national rodeo champion in the United States for 2 straight years. ¿Cómo se dice 2 años consecutivos?
2 straight years.
Yes.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, or 2 consecutive years. He was the rodeo champion in the United States, and he went to Calgary every year for many years. Okay, now, ask me if I'm planning to go to Alberta next year.
Are you planning to go to Alberta next year?
No, I'm not. Ask me if Alberta exports, well, ask me if Canada exports oil.
Does Canada export oil?
Yes, it does. Ask me what country it exports oil to.
What country does Canada export oil to?
Porque has repetido Canada. No es necesario. Está bien. Perfecto. Vamos a dar marcha atrás. Ask me if Canada exports oil.
Does Canada export oil?
Yes, it does. Ask me what countries it exports to?
What country does it export?
What countries?
What countries does it export to?
It exports to many countries, but especially to the United States. Okay. And ask me if the United States produces a lot of oil too.
Does the United States produce a lot of oil too?
Yes, they do. Or yes, it does. Okay. Ask me if the United States produces more oil than Canada.
Does
The United States.
Does the United States produce more oil than Canada?
I don't know. I really don't know. Probably not. Canada's producing a lot now. And ask me if my boss is from Canada. He's from Alberta. Ask me if he is from Calgary.
Is he from Calgary?
Yes, he is. Ask me if he's a typical Canadian cowboy.
Is he a typical Canadian cowboy?
Yes, he is. Okay, ask me how long he's been in Spain.
How long has he been in Spain?
He's been in Spain practically forever. Ask me how old he was when he came.
How old was he when he came?
He was 23. Ask me if he met his wife in Canada.
Did he meet his wife in Canada?
No, he didn't. Ask me where he met her.
Where did he meet his wife?
Good, repeat please. Sin repetir wife.
Where did he meet his wife?
Sin repetirlo.
Where did he meet her?
All right, he met her here in Madrid. Ask me if it was love at first sight.
What
Was it?
was it a love?
A love, no.
What was it a first love sight?
No, escúchame. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Ask me if it was love at first sight.
Was it love at first sight?
I don't know. Ask me if I believe in love at first sight.
Do you believe love?
In love.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Not really. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay. And I believe in love at second or third sight, yes. Okay, not first sight. There are too many things you don't know about the person when you meet the person. And so it takes time to understand and to appreciate certain values that for me are impossible to appreciate in a first meeting, okay? Or first vision. Un visionado, okay? Now, ask me if my boss likes living in Spain.
Does your boss like living in Spain?
Yes, he does. Ask me if he smokes.
Does he smoke?
I don't think so. No, he doesn't. Ask me if he lives near me.
Does he live near you?
No, he doesn't. Ask me what kind of car he drives.
What kind of car does he drive?
I think he drives, no, I know, he drives a Volkswagen. Ask me if I see him every day.
Do you see him every day?
No, I don't. Ask me why.
Why don't you see him every day?
Every case.
Every day.
All right. Because he travels a lot. Ask me if he travels outside of Spain a lot.
Does he travel a lot outside of Spain?
No, he doesn't. Ask me where he travels in Spain.
Where does he travel around Spain?
He travels all over. Ask me if he travels more to the north than to the south.
Does he travel more to the north than to the south?
Yes, he does. Ask me why.
Why does he travel more to the north than to the south?
Because our company has more offices in the north than in the south. Ask me if he likes to travel.
Does he like to travel?
On business, no, but for pleasure, yes. Ask me if he and his wife take long trips together.
Do he and his wife take a long trip together?
A long trip. Estoy hablando en plural. Ask me if he and his wife take long trips together.
Do he and his wife take long trips together?
Yes, they do. Ask me where they usually go.
Where do they usually go?
They usually go to Canada.
Okay.
Ask me if his wife is tired of going to Canada.
Is his wife tired of traveling to Canada?
I don't know. Ask me how they go.
How do they go?
They usually go through New York. Ask me how many flights they need to catch.
How many flights? How many flights do they need to catch?
They need to catch 3. In Madrid to New York, New York to Chicago, Chicago to Calgary, or Madrid to Toronto, sometimes Toronto and then Toronto directly to Calgary. All right, ask me how long it takes them to fly to Calgary.
How long does it take them to fly to Calgary?
I don't know. I think it takes about 15 or 16 hours, everything together. Quite a long time. All right, I don't know. But we have to say goodbye, Doña Blanca. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
I've enjoyed it. Have you?
Yes, I do.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, I have.
Have you spoken a lot of English?
Yes, I have.
Aquí hemos comprimido mucho inglés en 25 minutos. I can see. We have compressed, repeat. Compressed. A lot of English in only 25 minutes. What do you think? We're going very fast. Is it too fast for you or is it okay for you? Have you enjoyed it? Write a letter, write an email. Tell us. We would be interested in knowing. So I'll be back in just a few minutes, alone with you. So don't go away, all right? Thank you.